Well, here we go. Before I get into this video, I gotta mention I do have a podcast, and yes, this video is not clickbait. It is not. I am going to get into some stuff and talk to you about the things I'm selling, where I'm selling, what's going on, and let's just get into it. But I do have a podcast. It is linked down below in the description. We have weekly uploads. Try to do every week. Shout out to my co-host, Professor Oak. Dude's an absolute legend. Go check it out. Show us some love. I appreciate it. So, those of you may already have some hinting or inkling what's going on. Some of you may not. So, I mentioned it briefly in my live stream I do every Sunday. I am sending some cards to be consigned through Catch 'em All Collectibles on the Fanatic side, and then through Z&G Emporium on the eBay side. Probably a total makeup of $30,000 in cards, 30, 40, 30, 35, who knows? Who knows, because it's all going to be auctioned. And it is, a lot of the stuff going to Z&G was my new PSA sub, which you could see in whatever the recent video. Bunch of modern stuff, but it is a decent chunk of money. And I threw in some other cards, including like my Tag 10 Charizard. It's going to be eBay auctioned. And a couple of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and some other stuff was mixed in there as well for James. The Dan Catch 'em All Collectible side that I'm going to consign through PWCC, that will be a journey in itself. I'm actually going to be selling my entire vintage Zapdos collection. I didn't think that I would do that, to be honest. I did not have this on my bingo card for 2024. I've looked, even last week on PWCC, or Fanatics, was looking to buy some other Zapdos cards. Always have been, until probably this week was the first time I didn't really do too much digging into it, or haven't been searching. I don't need a lot of them. I have a lot of them. So, in short, they are going to be auctioned through PW Fanatics, through Catch 'em All Collectibles, and I am looking forward to that. The reason being, I had talked about in a previous video about selling my modern investments and going through all of that. I think I had like 15 grand in like some sealed products. And it didn't make sense to me to sell that and hold vintage slabs, to be honest. I thought I've always been pretty intelligent in the space. Obviously, holding all of those, collecting those expensive cards is not a good way to do business. I'm not a business, really. I do have a business. I do sell things on eBay. I don't think I broke 100K in sales last year, but I did pretty decent in sales. But I don't know. It just didn't feel right. I know those cards would not have gained value at the same rate of the sealed product, if you know what I mean. Like, an example, my first edition Fossil Zapdos I probably bought for $1,000. That bitch is probably like, it's like $640 now, $650. I just saw on PWCC at Fanatics. Other cards, Shadowless Zapdos. The one I bought was probably like $2,300. It's probably like $1,700 card. Pretty much every vintage Zapdos card across the board, most vintage cards from when I was purchasing a lot of these, has come down. So I could hold them into the foreseeable forever future, but I'm not, obviously. They're in the box. They're going out the door. Basically, the day you're seeing this, they're in the mail. They're going. So that's happening. So I look forward to doing a live stream and watching this all unfold in front of me, and you could watch me maybe cry on camera. Could happen. We'll see how it goes, but that's just what happens when you YOLO stuff into an auction. For those of you that didn't see that other video, why I was going to sell all those modern boxes and why I was talking to you guys and stuff like that, basically the whole plan is to pay off some student loans, get into that type of thing. I don't have any. My wife had, basically it's what's hers is mine. We have, I don't know, 20 something thousand student loans. We have one car payment. Would like to work on that as well. So would be awesome to have just a mortgage. That would be phenomenal to be able to get there at this age of 33. And I feel like this could be done pretty quickly here. So I'm basically doing a big push to that. And after I get over that bridge, I'm not done collecting by any means. I'm still here, still doing all this. I'll still be doing live streams. Nothing at all with me is changing, besides the fact that I'm not going to be collecting vintage Zapdos cards probably ever again. The modern ones, yes, for sure. Pretty much from when I re-entered the hobby and going forward, all day. Give me those cards, way cheaper, way more accessible. It makes way more sense financially. Like, you're not just having them in a box, 20K sitting in a box day after day. I only pull them out to show people, or when, like, just stuff like that. Like, it doesn't make sense. Whereas the sealed boxes are actually sitting on a shelf for a reason, and it's worked out. Like it has. So I see better future with holding those and not selling those, and I'd rather just sell the Zapdos cards. So, yeah, it is what it is. I have a bunch still, a bunch of the modern ones, the ones I was gifted. All the ones I was gifted, those are always going to be with me. I have tons of them still. I still have tons of Zapdos cards. So I will be showing you guys the ones I have in a future video or whatever. But yeah, primarily there was 31 Zapdos cards, minus a couple of those weren't Zapdos, but 29-ish vintage Zapdos 10s. CGC Pristine 10s, PSA 10s, black labels. My 2 black labels are going to be auctioned on PWCC. You will see me pumping the balls out of this on Instagram. Of course, it is my future. Like, I'm selling these. This is a lot of stuff I'm going to be selling. So believe me, I'm going to be Mr. Salesman trying to pump the shit out of it. And I will be doing the live stream watching me get fisted. So that'll be amazing. I can't wait to watch that happen. So that's just what's happening. My Zapdoses are going out the door. Sad to see him go. It has been a long... I remember, to this day, my first ever PSA 10 purchase was the Legendary Collection Reverse Zapdos. That card is also going to be auctioned. It is a nostalgic hit for me, but Zapdos for me is always... It's the reason I collected it is because that's the one card I remember in my childhood binder really vividly. That and like the Here Comes Team Rocket card, which I still have in the PSA 10, but Zapdos for me just sticks out on my front page, and I don't have that binder. That's way gone. Obviously, what I've done, like, I could go buy a base unlimited one for like $5, moderately played, no problem, and bam, I got the same card I remember in the binder. I just definitely oversent it. But yeah, it'll be good. I think this will be good. Diglett, I'd say, is my main boy for sure. He's been my right hand man for a while. With the Zapdos cards going out the door, so no Diglett cards are going out the door. Wouldn't be really worth my time to do that, to be honest. Unless somebody is a Diglett collector, hit me up. But I have met a couple of those guys. They're awesome. So yeah, everything's for sale, right? Everything's got a price, and this is me at 33 wanting to delete things. So it's going to be good. I've sold a bunch of stuff on my eBay. I have a bunch more things to list. A bunch of the basically sub $100 cards I'm selling on my own eBay is kind of the main focus, because usually you get a pretty good rate consigning through ZNG on eBay or the PWCCs, and kind of just a little explanation of why I picked what where. I think everything would have did well on PWCC, but I feel like some of the more modern stuff, that's pretty much majority of what I sent to James Z&G, primarily modern. There was that tag 10. PWCC won't even take that card. That's why it's there. A couple of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I won't sell Yu-Gi-Oh on PWCC. This also is my first time ever selling on PWCC. But I know PWCC because I've done well over 100 live streams of their auctions, which is crazy. So I know what sells pretty good there, and things with 10s on the labels, vintage cards, tend to do pretty well. CGC 10s can get kicked in the nuts sometimes, but a lot of my stuff is pristine 10s and PSA 10s, and those tend to do pretty well. I have bought a lot of these cards all through PWCC, and they did pretty well. Of course, they won't have me as one of the bidders bidding it up on the other end, so God knows where it could go. It takes two to tango, and I'm not going to be one of the two. So we'll see where it goes. It's going to be an interesting ride. Looking forward to the future. Looking forward to the continuing the collecting. A lot of things are moving. So I appreciate you guys checking out the video. Appreciate you sticking around. I'll be live again on Sunday. Should be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come watch PWCC auction. Maybe my stuff... No, my stuff won't be listed probably by then. But probably the next 3 weeks, we'll be seeing some of these things end. The James one, maybe in a couple weeks. Who knows? That'd be soon. That'd be the earliest, I'd say. So, appreciate you guys watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions or thoughts or anything like that. I'm here to answer them, or if you want to understand what my mindset or what's going on. But appreciate you guys checking out the video. Hope I gave you enough info. I will talk to y'all soon. Peace.